Hey there, thanks for coming by my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a fairly pink, springy look. I'm gonna go heavy with pink makeup on the eyes, use some pink blush. I might go a little dark on the lips, we'll see about that. But I thought I would do something really colorful and springy because today is such a gorgeous day outside. So let's get into it. I'll be using a moisturizing base for my skin. It's made specifically for makeup application. You can use whatever you'd like. I think I should get a little closer. I don't know. I feel like the things that I like the most about spring is the changing of the weather, but I feel like that's the case for a lot of people. I have a hard time dealing with colder weather when it's really nice weather going to cold weather. I have fibromyalgia, so the temperature change kind of causes a flare up with pain issues, so I don't quite enjoy fall. I don't particularly care about winter. It's just really dark here in the Pacific Northwest. There's not a lot of sunshine. I know it's different in other parts of the country, either in nicer or similarly kind of ways. So you guys are gonna have to tell me what kind of weather you guys like. And if you like spring like I do. I'm just using a little bit of About Face's fluid eye paint in the Zona Rosa on the eyes. I'll be using Colourpop and Pokemon's collaboration. Be using the pink in there. Be using a little bit of Fuchsia City, maybe some of Pokemon Center, but I think I'd rather stick to some pinks, maybe a touch of green to try and give like a flowery kind of look. Maybe I'll do a lighter pink on the inside corner. Does anyone else who's watching, do they live in the Pacific Northwest? So I live in Washington. I haven't lived in many other states. I've lived in Oregon. I've visited Texas, Utah, Nevada. A lot of states that are more western to the country than... I'm sorry about that. My camera, the camera just died. So I had to go and replace the batteries in there, and the battery is only like at 2 of 3 bars for this. So we'll see. I don't often work with pinks. My comfort zone is usually in purples, but pinks are kind of like purples in a way. Can have like really cool pinks that are cool in temperature, color-wise, and that can go a little lavender, and I kind of like that. I'm not a fan of corally kind of pinks. It's a little too, I don't know, beachy for me. I don't know if beachy would be the right word for that, but I don't think it sits well with my skin tone. But I think it looks phenomenal on other people. I really like it, but I also kind of don't. Here's how we're looking so far. I'm gonna go in a little bit with a red. See if I can change the tone of this pink a little bit. It's become much more of a Barbie pink now. And then I like to see how it's a lot bigger. Wow. See how the eyeshadow is flared out farther than where like I would draw a straight line from here, you know? Like the wing. There we go. I like to go really big and then clean it up afterwards with my cellar water. So we'll be doing that. And I'm adding a little bit of Lavender Town in the palette to the outside corners. I kind of just want to give a little bit of like a gradient flower effect. I think it'd look really cute. And I think it's looking pretty cute right now. Well, that's just me going in with like a glitter primer on the inside corner. I just want M81's pink to really adhere to the inside corner of my eyes. So I'm going in with, oh, please forgive me, it's a little dirty on the back. Oh, this way. M81's Pink Planet. Here's how she looks. So I'll be going and putting her on the inner corner of my eyes. I really like shopping for indie eyeshadows just because there's so much variation in texture and finish. That's, I think, the same thing. Different like multi-chromes, duochromes. I just really enjoy the different types of effects you're able to get with indie eyeshadows. That's a little bit harder for me to get from, you know, anything that doesn't seem like specialty. Like Colourpop has super shock shadows, but that's a specific type of formula, you know? I'm going in with M81's ISS on the inner corner, so it's really bright. I actually really enjoy this. Be doing my cleanup with my cellar water and a Q-tip. And I like to go from the inner corner of my eye towards the outer corner of my eyebrow. Kind of gives me like the cleanest wing look. I'm gonna go in just a little hint with a black shade in the outer corner. Now I'm dragging it just a little bit farther in to where the pink is, so it's kind of like a dusty rose. Hoping it looks like a dusty rose. And then I'm gonna go in with Celadon City. Maybe a little bit of tall grass. Ooh, that was a little bright. Oh, it's in my eye. I like this. I think this is looking cute. Doing a little bit of black eyeliner in the waterline. Just something I kind of like doing at like emphasizing that part. Alright, you're gonna have to forgive my eyes. They're a little watery, but here's what we have so far. I like where we're going. I think I might start moving to base. Because this is a springy look, I'm going to be using a skin tint. And I like spraying my face with setting spray before I put my foundation on, even the skin tints, so I'm going to do that now. This foundation's a bit lighter than my actual skin tone, so we're just going to probably use a little bit of bronzer. But it kind of matches my neck, so I think we're kind of okay. I'm gonna keep saying kind of. And then to get past the streaks that can happen when you're using a foundation brush, I either like to go in with a sponge, or if I'm lazy, like most of the time, I'll just go and stipple. You don't see brush streaks that way. Alright, we're gonna go in. Oh wow, that's a bit lighter. So we're gonna go in with some bronzer. We're gonna go in with bronzer. If you can hear my dog, it's because I have a dog. And he has, I don't know if it's not like barrier aggression, but he has issues with delivery drivers, as most dogs do. Or a number of dogs, not most dogs. Wow, this is looking a little silly because I'm so pale. Don't worry, we're gonna make this work. I'm gonna bring the bronzer down our neck a little, and by our, I mean it's also yours as well. This isn't just my neck. I'll be going in with a pink blush from the same kind of palette that I'm working in. There's a reason why I'm not giving you a lot of the names for these things. Wow, okay. It's a little peachier than I thought. It was gonna be lavender. Anyway, there's a reason for why I am not naming the products that I'm using, or at least all of them. LVMH, I believe, is the company. They own a number of other brands, but LVMH, L'Oreal, and a couple of others still have money invested in Israel. And that's not something that I necessarily agree with. I mean, even the brush that I'm using has the same issues with that. But I would rather just talk about the makeup application process that I'm using or doing, rather than talking about the products themselves. I just think it fits better with how I feel and makes me feel good about wanting to share content online. But that's just me, and I don't think everyone has to go and subscribe to the same ideals. You know? But anyway, I know that there's a number of creators who have things posted, but the only creator that I can think of off the top of my head is Hot Mess Tom. They have been phenomenal in putting website information for like 5 calls to help Palestine, Operation Olive Branch, a number of ways to help those in need. Am I using a giant brush for my eyes? Under my eyebrows? Yes. I'm too lazy. Oh, I got some underneath my finger. My fingernail, rather. That's good enough for me. Alright, we're gonna go in with mascara. I'm gonna curl my lashes. It's getting so focused on the mascara, I didn't even realize I was recording still. But I am. I like going back in a second time with setting spray. And then I'll just fan my face. We'll speed this part up. We're gonna go in with some powder. I like going right underneath my eyes, around the T-zone, and kind of underneath my mouth because I sweat there. Ooh, should we do like a cute eyelash? I have these eyelashes from About Face 94, AF 94, and it's, well, I don't know how to show it. Oh, okay, I kind of do. See how it's like pink at the tips? Oh, I'm so excited. Ooh, where's my glue? I will say these eyelashes do make me feel like Snuffleupagus. If you're not familiar, if I put the image here, it looks like this. If I don't, he's a Sesame Street character. The trick I like doing with eyelashes is to look down into a mirror. I find that helps give you all of the area that you need with your eyes. So you need to see the lash line. It's really helpful to just be able to look down so you're keeping your eyes in a position that best helps get the eyelash on. I'm just using a black liquid liner to kind of try and blend where the band starts. I think that's looking okay. Alright, so, alright, let's see if we can focus a little. So this is the finished look. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your time. If there's any other kind of spring looks, spring colors that you're interested in seeing me do, please let me know down in the comments below. And if you're interested in seeing more videos from me, you know, go ahead and share, like, comment, subscribe, and I should have a new video up soon. Thank you so much again for watching. I hope you guys have a nice day. Bye!